Hi, so today finally I'm going to be doing the reading on Britney Spears. Uh, just checking in, I see that she's apparently requested to keep, I think, is it Debbie Montgomery? There's the woman that she's got running her current conservatorship. The problem for right now is there are very strict laws in California with regard to conservatorship. So it's all something we should look up, honestly, because I think it's one of those things that we'd all do better to know more about. Now, Britney Jean Spears was born December the 2nd, 1981. She's a Sagittarius. And she was born in Macomb, Mississippi, but raised in Kentwood, Louisiana. She also has her sun is in Sagittarius, her moon is in Aquarius, her Mercury is in Sagittarius, her Venus is in Capricorn, her Mars is in Virgo, her Jupiter is in Libra, Saturn is, no, I'm sorry, her Jupiter is in Scorpio, and her Saturn is in Libra. I want to look at that. So also her ascendant is Libra, and her midheaven is Cancer. And I will put a link up to the chart that I'm looking at, and so that you can take a look yourself and whatnot. Now, if you've noticed, I didn't say, but you guys don't know, but I've been looking for a long time to try and get hold of this tarot deck. I saw Lena Rodriguez, that's been probably over a year now, using this deck, and I really liked it, but it was harder for me to find. And eventually I saw it come back up on Etsy. And I thought, oh, that's that one I've been looking for. And I'd given up on ever, maybe finding it. So there it came. So I was able to get this. Now it's written in Russian. And no, I don't know how to read Russian, but I'm certainly going to give it a try with the translator on some of it. But I'm not too worried because I'm just going to use the deck intuitively. And it's tarot, so, I like the imagery, and I am choosing to use it for Britney's reading. It seemed like the right deck for her. I do need to be shuffling this as I'm talking. And I will be putting up a few pictures, of course, of Britney in the reading as I am warming up, preparing to read on her. Okay, so just some little background information in case you're not familiar with Britney Spears. I mean, I'm familiar with her, but I would like to learn more, actually. Anyhow, her manager that she's had is resigning. I just saw that. They've been together like 25 years. Larry Rudolph. And he decided to resign. So he's been with her throughout her career. Since 1995. And in a letter written to Spears, co-conservators Jamie Spears and Jody Montgomery, he wrote that it's been 2.5 years since Britney and I last communicated. 2.5 years. At which time she informed me that she wanted to take an indefinite hiatus off of work. Earlier today, I became aware that Britney had been voicing her intention to officially retire. As you know, I've never been part of the conservatorship nor its operations, so I'm not privy to many of these details. I was originally hired at Britney's request to help manage and assist her in her career. And as her manager, I believe it is in Britney's best interest for me to resign from her team as my professional services are no longer needed. Please accept this letter as my formal resignation. I will always be incredibly proud of what we accomplished over 25 years together. I wish Britney all the health and happiness in the world, and I'll be there for her if she ever needs me again, just as I've always been. Okay. Recently, Spears broke her silence in court about her experiences under the almost 13 years long conservatorship. Now, this was an article that's from the avclub.com and just was released today at 9:21 a.m. Pacific time, I believe. But what she had to say about what was going on in her conservatorship was that she referred to her treatment as abusive, that she was forced to, during the 2018 tour, she did not have control over what medications that she was going to take, and she had to keep her IUD in against her will because her family does not want her to have more children. The judge overseeing the conservatorship ruled that Spears' father won't be removed as co-conservator. As of now, Montgomery controls Spears' personal conservatorship. That involves day-to-day and medical decisions. Meanwhile, her financial conservatorship is still under her father and a court-appointed company, Bessemer Trust. The New Yorker also published an expose written by Ronan Farrow and I think it's Gia Tolentino, detailing the extremes of Britney's conservatorship. I will be putting a link to that in the description box and to the article I just read to you from. Okay. So let's just see. I'm going to use this 78 Doors Tarot deck. It's, I believe, Russian. And let's just see what let me put it this way. Will Jamie Spears, not Jamie, sorry guys, will Britney ever get out from, at some point, yes, she's going to get out from under her dad controlling her conservatorship because he'll pass, but I'm hoping that it won't come to that. I'm hoping that she'll have been able to show that she's been stable enough. I just hate that she's so confined. So I'll be putting up links about conservatorship. I'm not going to go into that because the point for me is to read on her situation and just looking to see if it looks like she's going to catch a break and be more in charge of her own life. As far as the fine points of what conservatorship the ins and outs more in detail, I will just put that in the description box link that you can read up and about, particularly with regard to her situation. Because there's a lot of things I don't know, and I don't want to sit here and spend most of the reading, continuing to read more articles to you. But I just needed to update and bring us up to speed. Okay, so let's see what the cards are going to say. Okay, so I want to ask the Creator what we need to know about the future of her conservatorship with her father and the problems. Does this look like things will get better for her? So I'm open to receive what the universe wants to share with regard to Britney and her situation with her conservatorship and how it looks like that is going to go for her into the future. And let's see what the card's going to say. All right. No, it helps if I hold the deck the right way too. Well, she's got the devil covering her with this situation. I'm going to read in a Celtic cross. Okay. This also, I think, might be trying to address the chaos that was going on, but I don't know. To me, this is control that is way too strict or too confining, and not for the right. It is not. The conservatorship is supposed to be about for one's better, betterment for their, because they're not supposedly able to study enough to make decisions that they can deal with, basically. This shows immediately it's way too controlling. It is way too strict, and it's like, wow, I don't think this is Britney's devil as being her stuff, but more of the conservatorship of what it is what I'm picking up. Let's just make sure, and let me get another, but this will be my third sip of coffee, and it's already 2 p.m. I've been trying to get this put together. She's crossed by judgment. So I do not believe that, well, this is the present. We are looking at past behavior. We are looking at a bigger picture here. And this is what's crossing, so this is a challenge. And this is, unfortunately, the lack of actually, the irony of good judgment in this conservatorship, and in the way that it's too confining. It's not good for her, because I'm getting there's certain things that would be good for her to show that she's stable enough to be able to decide for herself. This is disorder. This is chaos. And it is heavy control. It is heavy hand. It's just too much. And there's a lot of greed, too. A lot. This is not for the right entirely of what a conservatorship is supposed to do. It's supposed to deal with that, right? But it's not. I think it's saying the conservatorship itself this is a problem. And we know that that's true, but I don't know the finer points about it, and maybe the cards can kind of get me to understand some bits. But what I can see is that the bigger picture from the past is struggling to be looked at. It's like they're keeping her in her past, and she's not. That's still there. She's not. I'm getting from the intuitive in the cards that she's not the same person. It's like saying, hold yourself to be the same person you were 10 years ago. Oh my God, night and day difference. And I think the cards are indicating that this isn't fair to her. It's not, I think. They are indicating that this covers her and it is not fair to her. It is not a fair assessment. Okay. So that's the devil, and it is crossed by judgment as its challenge. Okay. Now the basis card we are getting is the Ace of Wands, a new beginning, a new time, I think, of trying to initiate taking care of your own business. And I feel that with that Ace of Wands too, it is about her creative energy in her life and in her, with regard to her career. And I'm thinking that if they're not going to give her the freedom, she'll just retire. And I don't know, then the question will be, well, what does that mean for the conservatorship that her father has? You know, it sounds like his is financial and the big money aspect of it. Okay. To me, this is also based on her trying to put the energy into a new cycle of getting rid of that conservatorship or changing it because it's so strict. It's just not, and it isn't. It is, the cards are straight up saying, first off, first two cards, not a healthy conservatorship. This is not a good situation. Crowned by the Four of Swords. This is supposedly to be about peace of mind, making sure that she's stable with the Four. But this is also a card of like can be burial. I mean, of stillness. It's just, you see this base of activity that wants to, go, fulfill itself, but yet we feel like it's being squashed or really tightly confined, challenged with the Four of Swords. And Four is about stability. And it's swords, mental. So she's crowned by the Four of Swords. And to me, so far, the message of the reading is saying she's not the same person she was back in the day when this had to be put in place. Okay. She should. This is too heavy-handed. She should be able to make those changes, because the bigger picture of this at this time isn't being looked at, only the past, and it's like she's being held, like she's still actively that same person. It is not taking into account of her stability that she's been able to create. And I'm sure that it's going to say, well, that's because of the conservatorship. But no. She has the Nine of Pentacles in her more recent past. And this is saying this woman was working recently, on her own steam, okay? And in a good way, in a healthy way with that Nine of Pentacles. I mean, she earned it. And it also indicates someone that should be in a good place financially, and also has the stability to maintain this, and it has been maintaining this. So I feel like what we don't know is a lot about is that Britney's, it looks like, been actually able to maintain a great deal of stability, more than they're giving her credit for. And I think the cards really are indicating this. It's too confining to have her dad there. It's really not fair. It is not. And it is not taking proper judgment into consideration. Look at this one. This is the King of Swords. It's kind of the dude in a wheelchair, and who's he talking to? A doctor. This could be a doctor. Could be, I'm feeling like probably a psychiatrist, the type of person that would be, and this is showing up in the near future, of giving account or direction to do with her medications, what if her current mental health status, all of that. So I'm feeling like this is definitely somebody that has like a male that's perhaps a doctor. Quite possibly could be, unless it's to do with her dad here, because it does connect to the aspect of judgment and her being strong enough and independent enough. And this is the card of independence, and it shows that in the recent past she's had that. And I'm feeling like, is this maybe a someone that will be an advocate for her, saying, look, they're not taking into account something very crucial here, which is the bigger picture, and the past and the present, and what is the likelihood, and is this necessary? I feel like it's somebody that may be bringing this part of the conversation up. And yeah, the World. This is about success. And this is about the end of a cycle. And with Britney, I feel like she feels that she has been able to successfully maintain stability for a period of time, a good period of time, a cycle. A really strong, set of years. She's feels that she's, on track, or been able to be on track. This isn't necessary. In her environment is death. So there's going to be a radical change, an ending. And it could be that the official retirement, is what's going on. Now, this could be her dad's, well, it'll be interesting to see. Let me just take a look. I'm curious if he's an air sign, but I don't know. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's him, but it could. One of the things that Britney has said, that her father has loved having control over her 100,000%. And I'm inclined to agree with her. I'm just curious, again, is that... Okay, so Jamie Spears is a Cancer. Now that's her dad. Sometimes I get the names mixed up in that family, but anyway, Jamie, that's her dad. And he's a Cancer. His birthday was July the 6th. Oh, it's today. Oh, how weird. And I'm doing the reading on him today. Oh, wow. He's 69 years old. And he was married to Lynn Spears from 1975 to 2002. Just reading up on him. And I don't like any of the pictures I see of this man. I just don't like the energy. Just intuitively, I can feel it coming off of him. Now, he served as a co-conservator with her lawyer, Andrew, I'm going to laugh at his last name for a lawyer, Wallet, and spelled like wallet, who resigned from the role in early 2019. But oh yeah, he's never going to let that go. I mean, I think so. The judge has denied it. Oh, and there's more. Her dad, just reading, I'm sorry. Her dad allegedly called her fat, a whore, a terrible mother, soon after her conservatorship began. This is so ugly. And he had so much control that he liked to bellow, "I am Britney Spears," according to a close family friend. I think that's probably true. Now, it says that it shocked people that he masterminded his daughter's life after she was, I don't know. To me, masterminded is not the word. Manipulated sounds much more appropriate. After she was taken to a psychiatric ward for her mental health. Clearly the man, I mean, I feel greed oozes off this man when I look at his picture. I feel like he drinks too much too. Anyway, just from looking at him. And so there's that death in the environment. There's going to be more people, I think, that, like the manager, well, if she resigns, I mean, like, that's going to change things. And I think it's possible. But who is this here, this King of Swords? In the near future, I see that person being someone that's still, maybe a lawyer, whatever, working to get her out of this strict confinement and unhealthy situation. It is very unhealthy with the devil and judgment. That's also her father being very critical of behavior that she was engaging in that was a lot to do with the stress and response that guy has no clue ever about. The fact that he's been allowed to continue makes me sick. And I think maybe that's why this could even be her manager. And resigning. It occurs to me too. That's who that King of Swords could be. And with the, this is in the hopes and fears. This is to do with secrets. And again, I'm looking at Britney and hopes and fears. I'm feeling like I think she's hoping that this could be that maybe she's hoping for some of his secrets to fall out so that it will tarnish his ability to control and keep that control that he's manipulated his way into getting. How awful a man. And he knows. I'm feeling he knows. He doesn't care. And I don't think it is definitely not because he's such a good dad. He's the devil covering her and holding her down, controlling her. And we don't understand it, how bad it is. That's bad. You get the devil. Her final card in this is the Seven of Cups. This, to me, looks like the end result is still some sort of confusion. I also think that this indicates there are, further in the future, more opportunity, I think, or choices that she may be able to make as a result as time passes. Let's get some clarification on that Seven of Cups, because that's often also a card of where sometimes if somebody's having a slip with their mental health, with rehabilitation, anything, and addiction isn't just about substance as such as drink or drugs. It can be addiction to sick relationships, to unhealthy patterns. That's what that's about. That's what addiction is. It doesn't matter whether it's food, sex, drugs, all of the above. And I'm definitely getting the dreaming feeling. There's going to be things that, as time goes on, that become possibilities for her, that will occur to, I think, her and her team as a way to take him off of there finally. I feel like in the environment we're shown, I believe this King of Swords and the Death card in the environment likely are the manager resigning, because saying that Britney's intention was to officially resign. So I think he's trying to do her solid. Three of Cups, there will be celebration for her further into the future. And it goes to the 3 and the 4. That looks like her dad. He does drink too much. And it's going to have to do, some of these decisions here, I think will have to, or changes that may be possible further into the future, are to do with his drinking. He's not a good person. And it shows he does not care. The 4 of Swords. The 4 of Cups. He does not care. The man, she is really not lying when she says he likes controlling her. The girl is not stupid. And she was pressured and having a mental breakdown because of the serious amount of stress that none of us could, unless you're an entertainer, could probably appreciate. And I'm really appreciating if I'm feeling it now. I mean, I always kind of appreciated it, but when I do the cards, I get that feeling. I feel from her. And yeah, I feel he's alcoholic and bloated, and I feel like he's got like a fatty liver too. I'm just telling you what I'm picking up. It's coming very quickly. And I feel like the best bet is kind of to show how much he isn't fit to do this again later in the future. And they might be able to point out excessive drinking and that show that he is not the person that he claims to be, this, caring, that should be in that position that he's in. Remember, she wants Montgomery to take over from her father. And he's still holding the money bags of her $60 million worth. So 10 of Pentacles, there's that 60 million. It's about money for him. And she's had to, this is Brit. Does that look like Britney or not? She's endured this. And this has been through the family, the 10 of Pentacles, and enduring a lot of SHIT in connection to her personal, what should be her personal independent income, 9 and the 10. And I feel that it's showing that she's actually a lot stronger than they have any idea. I think than we know, even because we've not been given to know it. She's not had the freedom, and she's trying to. She could do it. I'm getting that she could do it because she's become that strong. And just further down the line, I think she comes to bring it to an end with regard to her dad. And I feel the drinking with him and the lack of care. And maybe that will finally, somehow matter so she can shift him out of that strict, California's strict conservatorship may change. The Hangman, yeah. She's had to endure, literally. And she's learned a lot, I'm being shown from the Hangman as well. Unfortunately, it's taught her to grow up and see things from a very different perspective. And it's just a matter of time. Because I think she will eventually, he's not going to be there. There is something that's going to happen with that. But it's still down the road. And this is, the Hanged Man is the number 9 itself, too. So that means, we're talking about closing out the end of a cycle of being held in delay, of being in suspension. She's been in suspension of her own life. It's horrible. I can't imagine. And here we have the Queen of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. I think this could be the lady that does the personal conservatorship that she wants to take over from her father. I think this is her. Or it could be her mother, I'm not quite certain, or her sister, because we do have the 2 of Cups. But there's a closeness to this woman. There's an actual liking. There is a liking of each other that's mutual. And there is a love. So it could be her mom, or it could be, and I think it's Miss Montgomery. This is them continuing to try to correct or change or rearrange her ability to put and direct her own financial assets and those details of her day-to-day mundane and financial existence. With the 3 of Swords, there's a healing that will eventually come from this. It does show the mental illness, and it shows that there's been work put in, that she's put in the work. And so has, I believe, Miss Montgomery, that she wants to take over. It's so frustrating to see this. But it does serve this is, as hard as it is serving a purpose. I think it's going to help to change some laws. I'm hoping be a push. And I do see her yet in the future getting to collect the control away from her dad. I think there will be another attempt because I feel like there's something that comes up with his drink or his behavior. I mean, they try to do that now, but this is showing me it's further, down the road. Now, here's the Five of Wands. Here's the Bully card. It's definitely about her dad. And the Hermit. He's gonna have to bounce out of her life. I feel there will come a point where she will have more control over her life and her finances, and there's going to be some shifting. It won't be like 100% free, maybe necessarily, but there's going to be some shifting. I'm being shown with the assets, the money. There's some shifting going on here. And this feels like conservatorship and for healing and because of mental health issues. And this has caused a lot of pain, and there's a wound around this. And there's the bully, and he's alone. Her father, I don't feel like is someone that attracts people to him very much at the end of the day, because I feel like he's not a pleasant person. Absolutely not. He got the Devil card. He's getting the Five of Wands as a bully and the Hermit pervert. And again, all of this is alleged and for entertainment purposes only, but that's actually what that card does indicate as a potential. And when I look at the man, it wouldn't surprise me if he's a creep. Two of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Finally, there will be a change. There's a juggling. There is a change in the conservatorship down the road, and where she is acknowledged as successful and having handled this there's an accolade given and acknowledgement of her ability. We're getting the Five of Pentacles, which is again speaking about, and we're shown again about health and mental and physical health and making her own choices, I believe, within to having that back in her within her own dominion. And I feel like it does, because we get a bit of a bit of a I feel like it's kind of a bit of a surprise or an enthusiasm or an energy with regard that's better, that feels healthier than at another point. Notice we get like the fives here with the challenging. He's the challenge. He's the one actually that should be having perhaps himself a conservatorship. I'm getting, because I'm frankly getting, he's a pretty sick dude. And I don't think he's physically well. I don't think that it was, I thought maybe it's just an unflattering picture, but just the few pictures I've seen of this man give me the worst feelings. And it's really not with a bias or an intent. It's like, wow, ew, that's that bad. So I see a King of Wands and the Hierophant, El Papa, the man who makes the rules. This could be, I don't think this is her father. But it could be. This could actually be somebody that is going to say what the rules or changes will be in regards to any changes to her conservatorship in the future. Because this is going into the future pretty deep. And we get the Four Wands here, which looks like finally publicly for herself as a public person and socially, I feel like there's a sense of that she has that control back. And that she has control to express herself here. And she wants very much to express herself. And she has said as much that she want an open hearing so she could be heard. Five of Swords. There's still this sadness. You notice the fives just keep kind of coming in. And to me, this is also about that there is deceit, about the picture that one is offering, presenting up publicly, that there is something that is not true or accurate. And I feel like this man here with the Hierophant and the King of Wands, I think he's trying to bring it up. So I see this coming issue will be returned. It will come back up. And it's never really going to go away. King of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. It feels to me like this is just enduring such tremendous abuse. She actually has. It's not just because, oh, well, Brit, if you don't wear your IUD and you're getting frisky and you have a bad cycle, then you may not be able to handle mentally being pregnant or whatever, it's not about that anymore. It really isn't, and it shows me that much. So this is not over. It is not over by a long shot. I see Britney continuing, and her people that she has continuing to try to help her. Her dad is really on. Queen of Swords. This is to me there is a watchfulness here. I think Jamie's behavior may come finally under more scrutiny down the line. Why it isn't right now, I don't know, because I'm being shown somebody that I'm using that word to be polite, but who I feel is definitely an addictive personality. Let's put it that way. Ace of Cups. Again, there's a lot. Oh, and the Ten of Swords. This is him. This is his crappiness, and all this desire. He does get a boost off of just having complete control over somebody else. This is also the initiation of eventually a new phase for her, where this cycle finally gets put to bed with her dad. There's all this problem. And I think where the children are concerned and all of that. I'm not going to say that's a pregnancy, but to me it's more that it's the end of a cycle of finally, perhaps. But I feel like they're going to have to really have eyes on him or something, where they can prove that he is not the right person to be controlling her financial conservatorship. She's going to fight so hard. Knight of Cups. This is something that I believe that they're going to try to present about him and offer up. This is, also his energy is cups, so this could be him. And I do not feel that this man is a fully grown man on the inside with this card. I'm feeling here and here that somebody may... I feel like there's going to be people watching him, definitely. But also, I feel like his own behaviors, at the end of the day, is and again, here comes that 5 again with him and her. There is a power control, definitely, going back and forth here. A challenge with the 5. And with this man. And he's not showing as a king, he's coming up as a knight. And this man is 9 years old or whatever today. He gets a 5 of cups. He's going to lose. He's going to lose so much. He's already lost so much. He's, that relationship is over with. And I don't care if he says that he's doing it because he's her father and he loves her. That's not what the cards are showing, unfortunately. I would love to say, yeah, he's really benevolent and working with her. No. I don't see that at all, which is very alarming and why I totally support her. And I saw how bad she was. I saw she was off the rails. But I also understand, she's worked on it, and it does show that in the cards. 4 of Pentacles. Be a new time of stability for her. For Britney. Finally. Where he can't continue to keep hold of her. I think because she becomes... If you even look at this, the door is tiny, and the female figure on this, and it's a female figure, is tall. She's a legend. She is larger than life. And her dad... I just see there's kind of a bit of a problem here for him at the end of the day. She doesn't want to have anything to do with him. That shows up with the 2 of Swords. It also makes me feel like he's given up on his connection to her as her parent. There's a feeling with this 2 of Swords of a bit of abandonment. And an end of a very harsh, painful, mental, draining cycle. This is, pulling back, and she should write a book. 7 of Swords. This is maybe her doing that in some creative capacity of expression. But also, well, let me see what else I got. With the 6 of Swords. Yeah, I think she could write, actually. Between the 6, these 2 cards make me feel like a creative writing. There could be poetry. I don't know, but I feel like writing. that she will do that in the future. I think this is more on a creative, definitely, as we're shown the 7 and the 6, of an enjoyable thing for her to be doing outside of trying to fight like crazy for her own, for more control and say in her life. I think she will eventually get it, but damn, it's going to take a while because her dad, I don't know. I need to read on him. I don't think that I think people have done him some favors in order for him to be able to keep that. But then again, it did say that California's conservatorship laws are way too strict and need to be changed. Here's the thing of choice, the card of choice. Also, the arts. The Lovers to me is also about the arts and aesthetic and what is beauty and what is attraction and so on and so forth. And partnerships as well. Oh, and this is her dad. Or, if she marries her boyfriend, it could be him. The emperor. But usually this is an older individual. However, I mean, we have looked further down the road. This could be her getting married. This could be her planning her wedding, or I don't know, maybe more like writing about her dad, though. I think writing a book. Yes, definitely something. Maybe he'll try and ghostwrite one, but I believe she will definitely, because she's very creative in her energy, actually, and her desire to express herself, as compared to her dad, who's just kind of a leech. Actually, yeah, he's really a leech. The energy is leechy. So I believe it shows that this is going to be about the conservatorship with her dad. I think she's going to write about it. I think this is also going to be her efforts to try to help change that law. Her and Miss Montgomery and her legal counsel. Justice, I'm glad to see that. And the Fool. And I think eventually, my God, she will be free of him in that conservatorship. And she will finally have the balance that she's given back to her life, that she deserves. And I see a new period for her, but this is not the end of this. She's still going to fight. Girlfriend's going to fight, and I think a lot of us are going to be, definitely the public support will grow for her, and I think that needs to happen. So let's all do what we can, because eventually Girlfriend's going to get it, but it's down the road a bit, you guys. And 3 of Pentacles, yes, these are the people that she would be, involved with doing creative collaboration work. So she could retire officially, get rid of him, and come back. There could be some effort underway to do that. We have the Moon and the Tower. The secrets and the cover-up come out, where her dad's crud. The Tower moment clears away the Moon. It clears away the confusion, the lack of clarity, things that are not built on truth. There's been other people helping him, I think, also quite possibly to have done and maintain and get hold of her. I see that. her financial interests, because I'm sure it benefited them too. Yeah, they were going to be exposed. I am getting, there's going to be exposure. Big time. Big time. On her dad and on anyone, I believe, that may have helped him in a less than ethical manner to obtain this. It's all going to come out. I mean, she's gonna make sure it does. I mean, like, this is gonna get that astringent light of sun. There's the sun, Knight of Swords, and the Star. And to me, that is her. You know, she's going to be somebody that's gone through some shish, you know? And she has, but you know what? She is going to radiate and shine bright. She has hope. There is light at the end of the tunnel. She just needs to keep fighting. And I think she will help to also perhaps get some changes rolling where we need them, where these really too strict or too inflexible laws are in place. Knight of Wands, yes. And the King of Cups. This is her dad. Goes after him. And Temperance, to bring balance of what he did. Yep, actively. So I think she's going to totally expose her father. I don't think she wanted to do that. Who wants to do that? Everybody's family's got their laundry, shall we say. But yeah, that's what's on board. So baby girl, I think, is going to it will eventually, but she is going to be in for the fight of her life. And she knows it. But you know what? She's going to win. And I definitely see eventually it's going to change. And be worked out in a way that she wants. And wants it changed. As opposed to him. Yeah. She's done with him. 10 of Wands there, you know, overbearing man, goodbye. And she's the Queen of Wands. Yes! There's our Queen of Fire. She's done with anyone burdening her to be their breadwinner, to be their little cash cow. And we get the Three of Wands. There are going to be new opportunities that she will have that go further. And the Seven of Wands is that she will get stronger. Because she'll be able to take care of her own stuff more. And I really like seeing that. So it will eventually, bit by bit, hunks by hunks, I think there are going to be some changes that will eventually shift it around where she's, I think, able to pry it out of his hands eventually and be the one here that's just able to say how she wants it to be or how she wants it to be arranged. Ace of Swords, there will be clarity. And the Six of Pentacles, there will be outside help for her that is given as she's continuing to get stronger. I think that she could have a bit of a setback while she is continuing to fight with her dad, to get him out of her conservatorship because he's abusive and he should not be there. He definitely should not be there. But eventually she will clear him out. That's good. Six of Cups, the past, and the Empress. And I feel like that there's more of the feminine aspects of her family members, that she's her mother, And maybe her as a mom and her children. There's definitely an aspect of children, motherhood here. Between, I think, the cycles of her and her mother and her own children, this looking at these cycles in that family. And again, I see her again expressing herself. Communication 7 with the beginning card, the Magician, and the Knight of Pentacles. She's going to be working on stuff. She will. I think she's going to shake him off. She's going to try to figure out a way, the best way I can get it give you what I see in my mind's eye is that she's going to try and kind of shake him loose bit by bit. And I think as time goes on and people become more aware of how oppressive and this situation is, the popular opinion, I think, is going to matter. And I do think, and I do see, because this girl's strong, she really is. Never underestimate Britney and think, oh, she's just some space cadet. She's not. And she's actually, it shows to me, I'm really impressed of the strength that she's had to go through this. I just feel so bad for her. And I'm glad that eventually I see her getting out from underneath him, but it's still going to require a great deal of effort in the future. And that's my reading on Britney, my deep dive. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like and subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed. Please get me some more subscribers because it means I get more perks for my channel. And that also happens when you hit the thumbs up. So make sure your notifications are on. Make sure you're subscribed, share, and I'll see you in the next video or live. Thank you so much.